So, finding a comfortable, supported position. We're gonna start with centering, then we'll do some movement, and then we go into guided meditation, Shavasana. It's actually a request from Ellie to do more like body scans. So we're gonna explore that in a gentle manner. Just starting with the body scans, it can be quite challenging, especially when a lot of us live with chronic pain, chronic fatigue, anxiety, anything like that that's happening. So we're gonna take it easy, and I'm gonna guide you at the end up with that. But for now, we're gonna start with the centering, so you can have your eyes closed or finding a soft gaze away from the screen if possible. And just simply starting to feel the support of your seat or the bed, the couch, wherever you are in this moment. If you need to adjust your position at any point, feel free to do so. You are not required. This is not a demand. Everything I say is an invitation for you to explore what feels good in your body mind. So if you feel better at this point to walk or roll, then you are welcome to do so. So start noticing what's present right now. And for once, let's start with your space. So how does the support of your seat, the bed feels on your sitting bones, on your legs, your feet, your arms, the back, the neck, the head, wherever you feel some contact. What's that like? That relationship with it between the support and your body. And then noticing the temperature in your space. Noticing the air. What does that feel like? What does that feel like in contact with your skin? Noticing any sounds around you. And what's your relationship with it or with them? Noticing the contact with your clothes. You're wearing any clothes? Maybe not. No judgment. And noticing if there's any taste in your mouth or any smell around you. And we're doing this noticing with aiming not to add judgment or any narrative to it. Oh, that sound is annoying. I'm too hot, or anything that sometimes you don't really have any control over. Of course, if you're a bit cold, you could bring a blanket. So maybe noticing, okay, there's that sound. It's annoying, but can I do anything about it? No. So moving on and trying to practice with it, or at least that's what we're aiming to do. And if there is any control over it, for example, with the temperature, just like I said, with the blanket, is there anything I can do with it so that I can be even more comfortable and even more supported? Maybe just taking a few moments to do that. Because part of the practice of yoga is that we have these classes, we have this hour together, community, and we're feeling that support, that guidance. But how do I, but sometimes the environment that we're in is not always quiet, it's not always still, it's not always to, it's never going to be perfect. So how do I practice within that environment? And how do I choose how to be in that environment? And so one of the reasons why we do this in practice is so that we can do this outside of practice in our lives. So that we have this kind of a safe container to practice this. And so that every day we are more and more, it becomes if kind of like muscle memory or like a real skill for us to manage our whatever comes up in our lives. And that's not to say that it's easy, it's incredibly difficult. The world is busy, loud, a lot of demands. There's a lot of stuff that demands our attention, and it's not always the best kind of stuff. That's what we aiming to do together, practicing this here, exploring who we are in a safe place. Coming back to feeling the support of your seat, of your bed, wherever you are, the floor, the support of the blanket, the cushions, any objects around you that provide you some support so that you can be as comfortable as possible. And all beneath that, there's the earth, our home, always there to hold us, nourish us, and support us. Whoever we are, whatever we comes with, we come from, never any judgment there. We're calling on that non-judgment, that loving kindness that the earth is always there. And when you're ready, we'll take 3 breaths together. So inhale and exhale, maybe sighing and exhaling with the mouth, just really letting go. And at your own pace, another inhale. And exhale, maybe letting go of any tension in the shoulders. And one more. Filling up the lungs and the belly. And exhaling and releasing anything that doesn't serve you right now. At this point, we're gonna add a bit more movements, and we're gonna start with a big stretch as if you're just waking up from your sleep, a nap, or just like you were in a kind of a slumber zombie mode. And just any kind of stretch from the upper body, the lower body, whatever that's accessible to you right now. And yes, have you done this before this week? Of course you have. This is the challenge that myself, Angie, and Bethany have been doing this week. So at least you know where we're going. But you know, what you've done yesterday and what you've done on Tuesday might not be what you can do today. Maybe you can do more, maybe you can do less, and that's absolutely okay. I'm very low energy today. I've got a migraine that just doesn't want to go away. So personally, I'm going to take it easy with the movement. And when you're ready to move on from that big stretch, come back to a more centered position. And we're going to start with some neck stretches. So any kind of stretch that you'll find supportive right now. So it could be just rolling the sorry, I'm just losing my words. Rolling the head to one side, so putting one ear towards the shoulder. And then with the exhale, just moving towards center and bringing the left ear to the left shoulder. Or you can do some yes, so chin up, chin down. And some nose, so from left to right. And please go at your own pace. Find the range of movement that suits you today. And it could be very much staying in stillness or doing something completely different. As long as you do this consciously, mindfully, and safely. I'm doing some very gentle holding of the head. My neck is cracking in all areas. I hope you're not picking that up because it's not very nice. And really going at your own speed. Oh, if there is any place where you feel particular pain or tension, then maybe spend a bit more time here. Or just maybe adding some massage. So if you can, like bringing your hand to it and bringing a bit of more warmth, or like massaging very lightly. If you're on the floor, maybe that's just using like a pillow and you can just use this. I'm gonna add some shoulder rolls because I think, oh yeah, oh my God. Very, very talkative. shoulders. Yeah, yeah. So just starting to add some space to the body. And then when you want, we'll do some mini Surya Namaskars and salutations. So chest rising towards the sky with a big inhale. If you like, you can bring rising the arms as well above the head or one arm, making sure you're keeping some balance. So if you need to grab something with the other arm, then please do this. And with the exhale, just lowering the arms by your side. And let's do that once more. So chest rising to the sky. You can bring your chin and your eyes as well, your arms or arm. And then with the exhale, just lowering everything back to the earth. And bringing the hands into Anjali Mudra or any other parts of the body. So palms facing each other, fingertips and knuckles touching. Just taking a moment to take a breath. Oh, I forgot to breathe when I was doing the meditation. See, that happens. That's why we practice, to notice what's happening. And then again, maybe once more, rising the attention towards the sky. So maybe that means bringing the chest, the chin, the eyes, the arms, the hands. And then with the exhale, just lowering. And then again, that most advanced asana in the world, the twiggle. So that twiggle is anything you want it to be. Do not ask me for an exact definition. It does not exist. So basically, it's just any movement that brings you some joy, some space, some glee into your life. It can be the shoulder dip, which is what I'm doing right now. So bringing one shoulder towards the center, kind of lowering the heart center towards the floor. It could be some side bend if you like. Good. It could be some kind of shoulder movement that Angie was doing, quite like this, like some sway with the shoulders. And then maybe transitioning to some kind of twist. So you could bring your hand and arms above your head and then bringing one hand towards one knee, the opposite knee, and just bringing the heart center towards the sides. So any kind of twist that all feels good in your body. Right now, just adding a bit more space into your spine. If you are lying down, you could bring the knees towards your chest, is accessible to you, and then putting them on one side. It would feel really good to bring any support underneath your knees and between the knees, if that can be really supportive. I'm gonna take a seated twist to the other side, so bring some kind of symmetry. And then when that feels good, maybe just doing just a couple more. So any kind of twist or any kind of movement that brings some movement and some space into your spine. So it could simply be breathing and just really expanding the heart center. I trust you. You know what to do. You know what your body needs. You know it way better than me. And then when you're ready, you can come back to center whenever you're ready. Take your time. And if you can find some form of stillness, whatever that feels like to you, eyes closed or finding a soft gaze, and coming back to what is present for you right now. Notice if there's been any change since we started to practice. And again, with a sense of curiosity and compassion rather than judgment. Away from what should I look like? What should I be doing? What should I feel? What should I? What should I? What should I? None of that. Let's try to move away from that perfectionism, from that binary of right and wrong and good and bad. Let's allow what's present for us right now. So we're going to move to restorative shape or shapes and guided meditation. So you're welcome to find any position that would feel supportive. So that can be Shavasana. So that means corpse pose or relaxation pose. So if you're lying on your back, it could be simply as if you're going to sleep. Or you are not, but that's okay if you are going to fall asleep. I see you, NG. Um, you could be lying on your belly. That can feel really supportive. Especially if you bring some space around the heart center so that you're not completely constricting the lungs and if you have any breath as well. You could be lying on your side, any side. And if you're seated, actually, whether you're seated or lying down, that would be the same. Bring some support underneath your feet to elevate your legs a little. That can be really good, especially if you have dysautonomia. Bringing some support for your back, your head, for your hands and arms. So basically just any parts of your body must feel supported, sorry. But that depends on whether you need some support or space, which is why sometimes on your belly you need more space rather than support. If you are seated, it can be really good to bring some kind of wool blanket or big scarf around your neck, like this. And then it can provide some support for your hands as well. And a blanket is highly recommended if you tend to get cold, or at least wear some socks if your feet tend to get cold. Anything like that. And please take your time. This is part of the practice to find a shape that works for you with the support fit props that you need. There is no hurry. Again, let's move away from perfectionism and all this sense of urgency that society puts on us. Because we're going to be here for at least 10-15 minutes. If you do need to move, That is absolutely fine. Sometimes, for most people, once you settle into the space, into your shape, at some point your muscles start to relax. So you need to resettle a little because they're taking more space. So that is absolutely fine. And even if that doesn't happen, you can always move. You could also go into child's pose or some kind of forward fold or any shape that feels good to you right now. Doesn't have to be Shavasana. And once you've done so, then allowing and some kind of surrender to the support, letting it hold you, having a sense of safety and comfort and ease. As best as you can. And we'll start by bringing some awareness to physical sensations. So focus your attention on the sensations of touch in the body. So what does that mean? So where it is in contact with the floor or wherever you are, your seat, your bed, the mat. What are these sensations like? And we're just exploring again. So no trying to move away from judgment. And we'll start with the feet. With the toes. Any sensations here of touch. And then expanding that spotlight of attention. So it takes in the soles of your feet, the heels, and the top of the feet. Until you are attending to any and all of the physical sensation you become aware of. Moment by moment. So spending some movement, attending to your feet in this way, noticing how sensations arise and dissolve in awareness. And if there is nothing, if you have no sensations in this region of the body, simply register a blank. And that's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong at all with that. You are not trying to make sensation happen. You are simply registering what's already here when you are focusing your attention on this part of the body. And now expand your attention to taking the rest of both legs, starting with the calves, the shins, the knees, for just a few moments. Again, just noticing what sensations arise or dissolve in awareness. And there is nothing wrong or nothing nothing wrong if there is you're not registering any sensation, or if you are registering pain or discomfort or tension, there is nothing wrong with that as well. And if you like, you can send some softening, some ease, some love, some compassion to these areas that you are expending your attention on. Or you can simply register what's happening. Then moving on to the thighs, the back of the thighs, the pelvis area, the hips, noticing what's happening here. If there is any emotions that arise and that are not comfortable, then maybe bring some gentle movement. Personally, I like to inhale, bring palms up, and exhale, palms down. Or you can bring a gentle sway from side to side, or bring your attention to your breath, anything that you'll find supportive. But there's nothing wrong with the emotions. You could also just simply register what's happening. And then moving up to the belly, the lower back, the root of the spine, becoming aware of any sensations here in this area of the body. And moving up to the chest area, the heart center, all the organs in all this region, the heart, the lungs, the kidneys. What else is there? The liver, the thoracic spine, the lumbar spine, all of our back and all the torso. And bringing some attention to the shoulders, the collarbone, then moving to the left arm, the elbow, the wrist, and all the fingers. Anything, any sensations that exist here. Noticing and no judging. And moving on to the right arm, the right elbow, the wrist, the hand, and all the fingers. When you're ready, moving to the neck, the throat, noticing any sensations here, whether they're within or in relationship with your environment. And then moving to the head, starting with the jaw, the mouth, the inside of the mouth, the teeth, the tongue. The nose, the eyes, the muscles around the eyes, the eyebrows, in between your eyebrows, the forehead, the temples, and all of your head, noticing what's present in this area of your body. Now we're going to spend a minute or two resting in that awareness of the whole body and see if it's possible to allow your body and its sensation to be simply as you find them. So again, exploring how it is to let go of that tendency that we all have to want things to be a certain way. Even if that's just 1 second, one brief moment of seeing how things are without wanting to change anything. I'm gonna leave you in silence to do this for 2 or 3 minutes. So we're all here and together, practicing, noticing how things are. And when you're ready, bringing your attention to heart center, placing your hands of your body if you like, or in Anjali Mudra. So prior pose again. As an offering of gratitude to these sacred practices and teachings of yoga, and all teachers and our teachers who have protected these practices for centuries so that we can still benefit from them today. An offering of gratitude to ourselves and you know, I know it's not always easy to show up. So I'm very grateful to you for keeping on showing up and being here just as you are. An offering of gratitude to the earth, our home, for continuing to hold us and nourish us. And a huge offering of gratitude to this community, to all people and Mind Body Solutions, for all their wisdom, their sense of fun and compassion. And to seal the merit of this practice, I will offer a blessing of metta, of loving kindness, which you may join or listen. May all beings everywhere and with no limit be happy, well, safe, free from harm and suffering. May all beings be at ease, at peace, and may all beings be free and liberated. Bringing some gentle movement back in the body, blinking the eyes a few more times to welcome back the light, coming back into your space. Maybe taking a second to just notice what's going on with the body, with your mind, as you're coming back into your space and to one another. Thank you so much for your practice. It's very special to me to share these practices with you and to spend that time with you all. And yeah, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Audrey.